Hi, and welcome to Live with Connie. Today, my guest star is Krystal, the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady. And in a little while, I'll have her take over so she can tell y'all more about herself and her channel. And I want to welcome everyone watching on replay. And if you're watching on replay, leave me a comment. And also, feel free to answer any of the questions that we ask on tonight's live. And I see Barbara's here. Hi, Barbara. How are you tonight? And she's saying hi from her little corner in Kentucky. And what are
Everyone
you?
just calls her Wriggles.
What's that?
Everyone calls her Wriggles.
Wiggles. And what are you working on, Wiggles? And what are you drinking tonight? I got my raspberry lemonade again. And I see Teensy's here and Jody's here. And Jody's from the eastern shore of Virginia. And oh, Trisha's here too. Hi, Trisha. And what are all you ladies working on and what are y'all drinking tonight? So, how have you been doing tonight, Krystal?
I'm good. Doing good.
Staying out of trouble?
Oh, yeah. Always.
I was telling Frank that when it came to the questions, whenever I was trying to work on them, I'm like, yeah, I should make all the normal questions that I ask and give you all the silly questions. But Crystal's just like, what is this, Connie? Why you gave me all these goofy questions?
I guess that would be fun.
The Wiggle says working on a beaded shawl and drinking water. Ooh, nice. And y'all all know I love shawls. And the beads, oh, those are pretty. And Trisha is drinking water and cooking pasta. Awesome. And speaking of, well, it's really not cooking, but last night I found online the recipe for the Olive Garden salad. And I was talking to Frank about it, and we decided to go get everything we needed for the salad today. And we had Olive Garden salad, and it was good. And Jody says she's drinking iced tea and working on a summer poncho. Nice. Yeah, ponchos are pretty too. And once I finish my blanket, I plan to do my first poncho. And Angela's here. Hi, Angela. How are you tonight? What are you currently working on and drinking? And I'm going to let Krystal take over and tell y'all about herself, her channel, and anything else she wants to tell y'all about. So take it away, Krystal.
All right. So I'm Krystal, the quote unquote, the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady. I started my channel about 7 years ago, but I didn't get serious till this past July of last year. And I just mostly wanted to upload videos of my cats, but that did not work out. I got into crochet, so now it's a crochet animal plant type channel because we always have something growing in our garden. And I love my cats and chickens, so I show them on my channel and I show y'all what I'm working on. I also design patterns, which I have a Ravelry shop. So that's just, I think, the sum of everything. And then this little guy right there is one of my newest designs. His name is Pinksky the cat. And I have one person painting the pattern right now. So,
You knew I had to do that.
yeah.
Yeah, your cat is cute.
Thank you.
Okay. And Trisha is saying she loves the Olive Garden salad. Have to look for that. Yeah, you should be able to just Google copycat recipe for Olive Garden salad and find it. I did post it on my Facebook, my my personal Facebook page last night. So if you send me a friend request, I can get it to you. Well, actually, my settings are private. I'll switch them back to private. I kept getting all these strange people sending me friend requests, but or email me and I'll get the recipe to you, Trisha. And Angela says drinking French vanilla iced coffee. Mmm, yummy. And working on a small blanket. Nice. And Annette and Ellie's here. How are y'all tonight? Oh, and Jennifer, Angela. How are all of y'all tonight? What are y'all currently working on and drinking? Oh, Angela already answered. She said she's drinking water. Jody says, I love cats. I have 7. Ooh, that they have to keep you
I
on
think the
your
most
toes.
we had at one time was like 11.
I have my 2, Allie and Sophie. Now, at one point we had 3, and we had Izzy's 3 kittens. But
Oh, wow.
Wiggles wants a better look at your meow meow, Crystal.
I haven't added the whiskers yet. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do for the whiskers, but there's his little tail. And
So cute.
yeah.
Yeah. And actually, Trisha, I can probably email you. I should still have your email address. So one of us will email each other and I'll get that recipe to you. And Tracy says she's still doing a shawl and drinking iced tea. Awesome. And how are you tonight, Tracy? And what are you oh, never mind, you already answered that. I felt like there was something I wanted to mention to you or say to you, Tracy, but I can't remember. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me later. And I may be thinking about how you had won the pattern, but you already got your pattern, so I don't know. And let's see, Heather's here. Hi, Heather. How are you tonight? And what are you currently working on and drinking? Oh no. I hope everything's okay, Tracy. And let's see. Annette says she's fine, listening and on the final row of the border of a baby blanket. I am enjoying the conversation. Awesome. Okay. I knew you had gotten it, but I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking there was something I wanted to tell you, but I don't know. So you were rear-ended, but everyone's okay. Good, but you may be sore tomorrow though. So hopefully you'll be feeling okay tomorrow. Heather says I'm good in a weird mental space, but I'm not working on anything. I got fired last Monday, so I'm trying to process that. I'm so sorry, Heather. I hope things get better. Just keep your chin up and a smile on your face. So you want to go? Oh, hold up a minute. Kay's here. Hi, Caitlin. How are you today? And what are you currently working on and drinking? Okay, so you want to ask the first question, Crystal?
Sure, but first I wanted to say that thank you, Wriggles. You said you loved the cat, and I just wanted to acknowledge that. Thank you. Um, okay, so the first question is, what are some of your favorite color combinations for crochet or knitting? What are yours, Connie?
I like pink, black, and white together. Also, mint green, black, and white is also pretty. Um, I like chocolate browns with like an aqua color or chocolate brown and pink. I love those combinations. Oh, there's so many good combinations.
Yeah.
How about
And
you?
of course,
Crystal?
pink and black.
Yeah.
That's my go-to. Those are my two favorite colors together. And as of course, as you can tell, this is pink and black in it. So, and that's actually a purplish pink, and then a black. But it's not coming out true on the camera. The other combinations, I like different colored blues together, like teal and a dark blue and like a light blue together. I
Oh,
love
I like
teal. So,
purple, gray, and white. That's another pretty one.
mhm.
But I'm also kind of curious for ideas, like and kind of like where all of us would get ideas of some good color combinations for our future projects.
Yeah.
And let's see, Wiggle says, I'm a crazy cat lady too. I have 7 adult cats. One is inside, and I had 7 kittens until a couple of stray dogs came through my yard. Aw, bad doggies. And Heather says, it's all good. I was hard worker for 6 years and just got a significant raise less than 2 months ago. The reason was you're just not a good fit. Their loss.
Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, stuff like that happens. But maybe something better will come along. So maybe, maybe in the long run, it might be for the best, where you might find like your dream job or something.
Yeah. You might.
So Tracy says gray and brown. Nice. And Tracy agrees that that's right, their loss. Yeah. And a lot of times, in the moment when something bad happens, you feel like, everything's caving in. But sometimes there's a reason that you go through what you do. And sometimes there's something better at the end of it. So just try to think positive and think happy thoughts. Heather says, I like working with earthy colors usually. Yeah, earthy colors are nice. And let's see. Heather says, earthy fall colors. Yeah, I like the fall colors, especially like the hand dyed yarns. I think they're so gorgeous. All the color combinations. And Kate says, I'm at work right now, but at home I have a washcloth on my hook and drinking Mountain Dew. Awesome. Oh, and for those that don't know about my Facebook group, I'd love to have y'all. You can post anything yarn related, knitting, crochet, and your pets. And I'm laid back, so not many rules. Let's see. Jody says pinks and purples and grays. Yeah. Yeah, I like pink, purple, and blues. Those are like my favorite, colors typically. And Trisha says different shades of blue. Yeah, blue's pretty. And Melissa's here. Hi, Melissa. How are you today? And Miguel's here, and Chris is here also. How are y'all? And what are y'all currently working on and drinking? Anyone getting tipsy tonight? And Kay says, I like green and pink, but it really depends on the project. And that's so true too.
Mhm.
Let's see. And Wiggle says, depends on what I am making. If granny square Afghans, rainbow. If granny square Afghans, then rainbow and black. Otherwise, different shades of the same color. Yeah. And like I'm on it, like with temperature blankets, I like doing shades of the same color. Like the temperature blankets I'll probably make over the next like 3 years will probably be different shades of a color. Oh, and Nana Michelle's here. Hi, Nana Michelle. How are you tonight? And what are you currently working on and drinking? Angela says pink and white. Those are pretty. Oh, yes. If y'all haven't already done so, smash that like button on the video. Thumbs up. Oh, yes. I will be doing my shout out video tomorrow. So if anyone wants a shout out, let me know. And also, if you know of any channels that could use a shout out, let me know that too. And especially if y'all know of any like brand new channels. And let's see. Hold up. Melissa wants her link dropped. And Gracie's
if
here.
Heather's
Hi,
still
Grace.
in the chat, she might be able to drop it.
What's that?
If Heather's still in the chat, she might be able to drop it.
Oh, that is true. Heather, can you drop Melissa's link for us? Let's see. Hopefully she can drop it. If not, I'll go drop it in a little bit. Just don't let me forget.
I have nowhere to type, so I can't.
I can do it. I just can't copy and paste from StreamYard.
Yeah.
So it makes it more difficult. And let's see. Melissa is saying, I am great. How are you ladies? We're good, except my back's been hurting today. And you're doing good, right, Krystal?
Yes, I am doing good. I was reading comments. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you, everyone. Heather went ahead and dropped Melissa's channel, so she did.
Okay, good. And Melissa's working on a Bag-O-Day shawl with thin yarn, coming along great, thankfully. Ooh, and Bag-O-Day has beautiful patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that thin yarn is not easy. Because I used it the first time on my first pair of knitted socks, and it was challenging at first. Okay, I think I told you hi, Gracie. But if I didn't, hi, Gracie. How are you tonight, and what are you currently working on? And Melissa says she's posting new videos this week. Awesome. And Deb's here. Hi, Deb. How are you tonight? And what are you currently working on? And what are y'all drinking? And Nana Michelle says purple kills are my favorite color. Working on a beaded Asgard shawl for Ladybird's Beauty Challenge. Ooh, nice. And it's like I feel like I start drooling anytime I hear someone saying they're working on a shawl. It's just like, I don't know. I just think shawls are so gorgeous. And Melissa says, this is my newer channel. It was Melissa Fuller. Okay.
I recognize that name, Melissa Fuller.
Yeah,
so you're her, okay?
Here's Melissa's channel link. So y'all be sure to go check her channel out. She's awesome. Y'all gonna love her and show her y'all support. And Miguel's planning on making a video of organizing some of his yarn. Awesome. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Yeah, I think I was sitting at the computer too long yesterday. And usually if I sit If I'm at the computer too long, it starts to hurt. Okay, crocheting with Leanne. Let me write that down. Give me just a minute. Let me find. Trying to get to my paper with my shout outs. Crocheting with Leanne. Yeah, I'm at 7 now for my shout outs tomorrow.
No.
Let's see. Melissa says, love me some Bago Day. Yes. I think everyone loves Bago Day.
Yeah,
And
me too.
it's the CK, do you mean DK yarn? With 4 strands you hold together?
Do what now?
What's that?
Oh, she's saying CK yarn. It's 4 strands held together.
I've never heard of CK. I was thinking maybe she meant DK.
No. It's a brand. It's called CK.
Okay.
Or maybe it's KC. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I know exactly what she's talking about.
There's a lot that I'm still learning when it comes to yarn and crochet, and even on some level knitting. I didn't get into yarn crafts. I started knitting 2 years ago. And I think yesterday was kind of like my anniversary for knitting because on my memories, it popped up like my first little sample swatch I did knitting. I was like, oh, it's my anniversary. Trisha says, hope your back feels better. I have back issues, so I can relate. Not fun. Yeah, Krystal has back issues too.
Yeah, so I can understand also.
Yeah. My doctor thinks it's sciatica for me. I don't know. It's like my tailbone area and like my hips. And like like if you press, like if you barely press on that area, it hurts. Let's see. Oh yes. If anyone has any finished project pictures, I'd love to include them in an upcoming video or your pet pictures. So you can either email them to me or send them to me in my Facebook group. And let's see. Tinty says, just watched Bago Day's new yarn. She got Mandela cakes. Ooh, we have to watch that video. That are over 1,000 yards and new colors. Excited. Yes, cakes.
I had seen her upload that before we were supposed to go live. I haven't got a chance to watch it, but I saw her thumbnail of her holding that cake up. I was like, oh, I need to watch that.
She's always got new yarn.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have her yarn stash. Let's see. Deb says she's good working on a poncho from Bago Day and drinking Dr. Pepper. And actually, the poncho that I'll be starting on after I finish my blanket is one of Bago Day's. It's a hooded poncho that I want to do. And Gracie says, I'm canning cucumbers, so can't type. I'm still working on a moss stitch blanket and dishcloth. Awesome. Uh, Heather got a question for you, Krystal.
I saw that a minute ago. I'm like, oh man. My natural hair color is brown, which I do not like brown. I've been every hair color in the book. And just recently, which was yesterday, I dyed it in an intense burgundy on the top. And underneath, it's a blue-black. So, yeah.
And Melissa saying something about Oh, I guess about something to do with hobby yarn.
Maybe she
guess
means
that's
at hobby or hobby. Or
I
maybe
guess she's
it's
referring to that
hobby.
CT, that CK yarn.
Maybe.
And Miguel says Jill at Floozy Crafts just put out a video with clips from our meetup when she came to Dallas. Ooh, awesome! I'm gonna have to watch that. It must have come out after like pretty recent today, because I know I was like I had bookmarked everything that I planned to watch, and I hadn't seen anything new from her yet. Oh, it's Teensy's anniversary, 45 years. Happy anniversary. And Melissa says, I have spinal stenosis and sciatica, and it gets bad at times. Yes, these like, and really before I had back issue, I didn't understand it, because you would see other people complaining about their back, and you just like, oh, just push through. But it's a different story when it starts happening to you, and you'll realize that there's times you can't push through it, and back pain hurts. And I'm sure Krystal knows, right?
Yeah, and mine's actually mostly from the surgery that I had, and they had taken some cartilage off my hip to fuse to my spine. So that affected my hip. So it's like when I have pain, it radiates throughout my left hip and my lower back. But also I have something called what's it called? Spina bifida occulta, and that's where the nerves are exposed. So yeah.
Let's see. Deb says she's been crocheting for 36 years, and she started knitting. The only thing I have done is cast on, laughing out loud. Oh, you're starting to knit. Awesome. I have been trying to push people to start learning to knit. So I think that's so awesome. And just so you know, I do have knitting tutorials in my knitting tutorial playlist. If you want to check some of those out, they might help you too. And let's see. And I guess Deb is referring to those cake yarns, that they're huge. And even Ellie's saying, now that's a cake. I love cake yarns because it's like the color combinations I think are gorgeous. And I tend to cut the yarn to control the yarn. So it goes the whole row. But I love the pretty color combinations. I really do. Oh, look, it's Lorly. Hey, how are you? And what are you currently working on? And she says she's doing well, still drinking coffee and crocheting. I didn't have my coffee today, and now it's too late to really drink coffee. I want my Java.
I can never go without missing my coffee in the mornings. I'm too grouchy if I don't have my coffee.
And Tracy says, amen to that, Connie, on the back pain. And it's true. And like, when people have any type of medical conditions, you really don't know what they're going through until you experience it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And Heather says, now that I have time and my husband told me to take a few months off, I'm making more luxury borsas, and I want to finally learn guitar, but I also have crochet projects I want to finish. Awesome. And Tracy says, I've always wanted to learn to make soap. Yeah, that sounds fun. Like I've always wanted to make like the little wax torch, like the Scentsy type torch. Deb says the sciatica and back pain and my hips I had wound up being after all the tests I have MS now diagnosed in 2019. Uh, I hope you're doing okay with that. Laura Lee drinks coffee up to bedtime. Oh, Bronwyn's here. How are you tonight? And what are you currently working on? And Bronwyn says it's never too late for coffee. And Jody says I can knit some, but I get bored with knitting. I like crocheting because it's faster. And the funny thing is, it's like crocheting, the stitches are bigger, but I don't know. In a lot of aspects, I think I knit faster than I crochet.
And me, it's the other way around. I crochet faster than I knit.
And Heather's saying it's not super difficult. You just have to make sure you mix in the sodium hydroxide properly. Otherwise, you can burn your skin. It's essentially a chemistry project. Interesting. And Heather says, my most recent batch is rose scented with 5 layers and rosebuds embedded in the top of the soap. Oh, nice. And Tracy says, I've watched many YouTube tutorials on it, just never have bought the supplies and tried it myself. Yeah. And that's the thing. And sometimes the supplies can be pricey because you have to get like all sorts of stuff. But once you have it, then it's worth it. And Deb says, I have good days and bad. I just try to stay positive. And really that's all you can do. And Bronwyn says, I'm doing good. I decided to start a scarf because it's too hot to have anything in my lap. And I agree with you on that. Because my blankets are hot when I work on them.
Mm-hmm.
And Laura Lee saying she frogged her knit shawl. I just wasn't liking it. Aw. And Heather says, I went down the soap making rabbit hole for months and bought a book, made sure I fully understood it before I tried. Now hubby wants me to see if I can sell them. And yeah, Trisha was wanting to know if you're going to sell them, Heather. And Heather says there are wholesale suppliers that sell the supplies for way cheaper than the craft stores, but a lot of them are based in China. These days, it takes a shipment forever to come in. Yeah, there's a lot of times I've ordered stuff from China because it's cheaper. And Tracy says she bought a couple of books to justify Brambleberry. Nice. So I'm going to go ahead and ask the next question. What are you I'm getting tongue tied. What are your favorite patterns that you have crocheted or knitted? Um, for me, it would be that heart shawl that I knitted. That's one of my favorite. My Grinch scarf that I made. That's another one I like. Pretty much anything that's like fun that I've made, like my holiday hats and scarves. Um, but that would be my answer. How about you, Krystal?
Probably the one that I really like. It was a poncho by Bag O'Day, and it was with the herringbone stitch. So that's probably my favorite one that I've done.
Darlene's here. Hi, Darlene. How are you tonight?
Darlene.
You're almost asleep. Aw. Let's see. Tracy is saying, actually, I think I read that one about the books about Brambleberry. And Heather says,
I'm going to mute myself for a second.
Okay. Heather is saying this last batch I didn't cut correctly, so those are going to friends and family, but the next batch I might try to sell on Etsy. Awesome. And she's saying that the Brambleberry is super popular. Let's see. Heather says, oh, my absolute favorite. I have two, my American flag blanket and then a flannel looking hat with 3 different colors of yarn. Was so much fun to make. Awesome. And one of these days I want to do a red, like a patriotic looking shawl. There's a pattern I've been eyeing, and there's also a pocket shawl too that I would like to do. Angela says the hat tutorial that I did was very easy to do. Awesome. And I also saw on Gina's channel that you did some color work. So I thought that was beautiful. And Tracy says, oh yes, Royalty Soaps. I was watching her when she was pregnant with her daughter. And Heather says, I love the Duchess of Suds. They're having fun with their soap towel. And Darlene says, I'm going to try and make my first shawl this fall. Awesome. So you haven't made a shawl yet? My thing's getting caught. And Trisha says, I have made several boomerang shawls. Awesome. And Tracy says, a pocket shawl by Donna at, I can't say it, I can never say that. Nasta. I just get tongue-tied on that name. But I know which one it is. Huh?
I think it's Natasia. But I'm not sure.
Okay, Heather says she had to step away for a few minutes, raises the troll defenses, no trolls allowed. But I don't think I've ever had a troll show up yet in my life.
They all come to mind.
I know they love Krystal. I'm like, trolls, stay away, stay away.
but we say that, and now all of a sudden they're probably going to come because I'm here.
Yeah, I'd be like, Krystal, the trolls followed you to my channel. But I'm serious, the trolls, they love them some Krystal. But lately they have seemed like they backed off.
Yeah.
Your last couple of lives, I don't think any have shown up.
No, the last like 3 or 4 they haven't. So that's good. Maybe they'll stay away.
And Darlene says, I just got a great pattern from Knit Picks. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I can't wait to see your first shawl. And one thing I want to let everyone know, I mentioned this on, I think, my crochet video, but tomorrow night I'm going to be getting interviewed by Zach from Mukbangs and More. The interview is going to be at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on his channel. So y'all come check out the interview. And if I don't like any questions, I'll just plead the fifth. Let's see. Jody says, I enjoy making the butterfly prayer shawl. Ooh, that sounds pretty. Let's see. And Deb says, my favorite is a hat and scarf set made out of soft wool. The yarn was called Chili Peppers. Turned out awesome. I like that name for yarn, Chili Peppers. That has to be beautiful. So you want to ask the next question, Krystal?
Sure. What are your favorite pattern tutorial channels? Mine would definitely be Bag O Day. Second favorite, I'm really not sure actually, but I know I have one.
I figure everyone's going to say Bag O Day, which I'm kind of hoping that we get some answers other than Bag O Day. But Bag O Day, of course, is my favorite.
I did a couple of Cinnamon Stitches tutorials, so I guess I could say her.
Which one you are cutting out?
The Cinnamon Stitches.
No, I did. My first shawl that I crocheted, I did Tiffany Hansen. So she has some good tutorials. I know there's others that I have bookmarked, but I'm trying to think. Like Mikey from what do you call it?
Crochet Crowd.
Yeah, he has some good ones. That's where I got the top hat pattern from. And the funny thing is, if I was like looking through my channel, I could probably tell y'all some more that I like, but I can't think offhand of any other. Oh, Morley Bird is one. Like I haven't done any of her crochet ones yet, but I love her. Like I love her knitting ones. I've done a lot of her knitting tutorials. Your Inspiration has some good ones too. Let's see. Wiggles says, I don't have a favorite pattern, but I did make over a dozen snow people, adults, kids, and babies out of Red Heart 1 pounder in white with felt features and outfits. Ooh, nice. And Trisha says Bag O Day and Kristen Amdahl. I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm gonna have to check out Kristen Amdahl. Which I was kind of hoping, like, some of the questions that I made up today, that it might give people ideas of things to check out or just get their brain moving with ideas for stuff to make. And Michelle says, Bag O Day is my favorite. Second is Fiber Spider. Yeah, Fiber Spider's good. Mm-hmm. That's how I learned corner to corner from his tutorial. Ellie says Bag O Day and Creative Grandma. And Chris says Fiber Spider and Jada and Stitches. Yeah, a lot of people love Jada and Stitches. I don't think I've done any of her patterns yet, but I have her her stuff book more. And Deb says Bag O Day, of course, Little John's Yarn, and Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches, also Jada and Stitches. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Little John's Yarn. That's another one I need to check out.
And I think I've done her baseball cap.
Trisha says Fiber Flux. Getting tongue-tied. Laura Lee says Bag O Day, of course. Creative Grandma. Expression Fiber Art. Yes. Shandi from Expression Fiber Art. I did her tutorials to learn how to knit. So yeah, I like her. She's like, I don't know, she's kind of like unique. She's really fun. And Tracy says crochet crowd. And Darlene says there's this channel that does tutorials in English and Spanish, crochet and knits. Awesome. And that's like really good for like if someone doesn't know English, but they speak Spanish. So yeah, that's good. And Bronwyn says crochet crowd is good too. Yeah. And Laura Lee says fiber spider. Jody says Bagel Day and cinnamon stitches. Jada and fiber flux crocheting with Leanne. And Deb says most recent one I really like is Tina, I guess, from Iceland. She does the mosaic. Ooh, nice. And Kay says Bagway, Fiber Spider, and not, I can't say that. I cannot say her name. Not to
Nastasia.
Nastasia. And you know, 5 minutes from now,
that's how
I won't say it
me.
right. Yeah, give me 5 minutes and I'll forget. Nastasia.
I mean, that might be wrong too. I don't know. That's what it looks like to me.
And cinnamon stitches and y'all too. Oh, well, I don't really have pattern tutorials. I do more like, my tutorials are more like stitches or techniques that I've done. I did show how to do a basic beanie, but that was like, that was a pattern I got off of Ravelry. But I have designed a few patterns so far that I have for sale in my Ravelry shop. And then I have one that's being tested right now, and another one I still need to write up. My alien hat. And Deb says Kristen O'Dall is another one. Yeah, I think Trisha had brought her up. Oh, and Daniel's here, and Lisa. How are y'all today? And what are y'all currently working on? Oh, and Daniel's going to be live with me Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all be on the lookout for that live. Let's see. Darlene says her channel is Ruby Knit Crochet. I can't say all that. I don't know Spanish. She has great tutorials. And Deb says Beehook. Yeah, that's another one I'm subscribed to. Crystal from Bangladesh likes Nastasia. I think I did it. Let's see. Jody says, I really like everyone I am subscribed to. I learn a little from everyone. And really that is so true. You learn a little bit everywhere you go. You like my patriotic scarf? Thank you. Yeah, I'm so ready to get it in my Ravelry shop. I'm hoping by the 4th of July, but I don't know. I still have 2 testers that, well, I know one hasn't started on it yet. The other one I don't know. So I don't know how long it's going to take. But the 2 that have tested it, they didn't seem to have any issues. So my pattern should be okay.
I think so.
And let's see. Angela says Day. Me and Crystal and Fiber Spider.
Oh, thank you, Angela.
But I don't really consider that mine has like pattern tutorials, like my channel. Like I said, I show more like stitches and stuff to learn how to knit and crochet, that type of thing. Deb says, I think the T is silent. Yeah,
Nausea, maybe.
I butcher names. I butcher names. Deb was, I haven't done any yet. Eventually, I would like to. How about you, Crystal? Have you done any hats for hat
Not
knitting?
yet. No, not yet. I don't
Hey,
have completely blue yarn or 90% blue yarn. I think it has to be a certain percentage, like 75% blue yarn for you to do the hat.
Kay says it still counts in her book. Laura Lee says, send me the pattern. I'll test it for you. I don't have anything else to do but knit and crochet. So is that the patriotic one or the alien hat? But like the alien hat, I need to get that typed up this week. I really do. And I keep saying it, and I keep procrastinating. And like one thing I've kind of thought of, I've been thinking about maybe trying to do, you know how like some channels do like where they read a book on their videos? I've been thinking about doing that. And like there's this book on my Kindle Fire that I had purchased a long time ago, and I never read it. I started to, and then I stopped. And I think that would be a good book to read. It's called Gone. It's it's about a daughter getting kidnapped. So I think y'all would enjoy that book. So let me know if y'all would like to hear me reading to y'all. Let's see. Angela saying you're a good teacher, Crystal.
Oh, thank you.
Laura Lee says patriotic. I want to try the alien, but don't knit that well yet, but would try. Okay. Yeah, I could probably use another tester on the patriotic because like I said, like one of my testers, I don't know how long it's gonna take her. So it might be better to have another one. That way I can get it kind of, you know, once I have four people testing it, that have tested it, then I can upload it. Because I really would like it by the 4th of July, since that's a patriotic holiday. But with patriotic, you can really wear it year round, and there's still like Labor Day in September. Jody says, I have done 21 blue hats. Just have to send them off. Awesome. And I'm like, some people can whip those hats out so quickly. And Deb says Granny D and Fiber Spider does that. Oh, it has to be in the public domain. Oh, I'm glad you said something, Chris. That is true copyright.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there goes that idea. Unless I can find a book.
Well, there's plenty of books, Connie, that are in the public domain. They have to be after a certain age for you to read them on your channel. So you would just have to find one that you want to read that's in, that old, and then you could do that.
Is there a site to go to find out if it's in the public domain?
I have no idea, but if any of y'all know, answer that question for her.
It was just an idea I had. And Deb says, I just started teaching on Monday and teach her tomorrow. Awesome. Angela wants me to read. Yeah, but now I might have to find a book that I can read. And I don't know, I don't even know if our library's open. I don't know if they open back up because there was two factors with our library. They were converting where they were breaking away from the Opelousas branch, and they had closed down like before COVID from that. And then like COVID, of course. So I don't know. I know most things are back open in Louisiana, but I don't know what's going. Definitely with the library. But I'll probably try to ask Granny D about books. She would probably know because I know she reads books. And Granny D,
Kristen, question though about it. 70 years after the death of the author, or if the work of corporate authorship, 95 years from publication, he thinks. So anything after 70 years of the death date of the author, you can read on your channel probably.
Whoa. That don't leave a lot that much options in a sense. I mean, don't get me wrong.
There is still quite a few books out there, so
there are, but like especially like the current books, that leaves everything out from that.
yeah.
And let's see, Bree's here. Hi, Bree. How are you tonight? And what are you currently working on? Well, if you test the pattern, Laura Lee, you don't have to purchase it. Let's see. And Caitlin says, I did 30 hats last year. I made 30 for this year, but haven't seen them yet. Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna look more into the book thing. And like I said, I figure Granny D can probably, give me some information too and some suggestions for books. Since she, I know she does a lot of reading on her channel. And Laura Lee says, just Google public domain, okay. And Fiber Spider's another one that reads. Okay. I'm thinking. Granny D reads from her cell phone. Yeah, I knew Granny D did the book thing. I know Mimi does it. Laura Lee says just don't do sappy love stories. See, I would like to do more like mystery. Like, I would like to read like mystery type books. But I also gotta be careful with some of the mystery stuff too, because YouTube can be sensitive about certain topics. And Chris says, LibriVox is a public domain audiobook site. Can get some ideas on there or download their books for free as well if you like free audiobooks. Oh, that would be awesome. Let me jot that down real quick so I don't forget. LibriVox. Okay. Bree is working on a summer corny for a repeat customer using Nubu. It's beautiful but splits like crazy. And I've wondered about Nubu. That looks like it's such a beautiful yarn. Oh, and here's Zach. Zach is the one that I was telling y'all is going to be interviewing me. So he's here. How are you tonight, Zach? And what are you currently working on? And let's see. I think it's your turn to ask the next question, Krystal.
Okay. I thought I had asked the last one, but okay.
Oh, I'm
Maybe
not sure.
you did. I've lost
I
track.
don't remember.
What's a tip you would give to someone new to crochet or knitting? Um, watch as many tutorials, like beginner tutorials, as you can before you actually start crocheting, so you kind of know about tension, about how to hold it, how to hold your hook, find the right way. Like some people do pencil, some do like this. So test both out. Follow a couple of small tutorials. That's what I would tell newbies.
I would tell them, especially when it comes to knitting, you want to, especially circular knitting needles, you want to invest in quality. Don't get really cheap needles. I made that mistake. Mine were splitting on me, and usually like Knit Picks is probably your most affordable, decent set, good set, and Chia Guru, or however you say it, is what people say are usually the best to get. And also, I would also recommend, don't let things intimidate you. The best way to learn is to jump in.
Mhm.
And a lot of times, when you're learning something new, it seems scary or it looks complicated, but once you do it, it really isn't. And you just got to keep at it. Don't give up. Keep on until you get it right. I think I can. I think I can. I'm sure I have other tips too, but that's what's coming to mind right now. And Zach wants to know if what's my format, or ask me to ask questions too. It really doesn't matter. I don't know if I'll have any questions really like set up, so it might be better just to do questions for me. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes, I guess. Laura Lee says yes, mysteries. What's a what? Okay, I'm kind of. What do you mean by what's a what? I'm not sure what you mean by that. But yeah, I would love to do like mystery type books if I read to y'all. Bree says expect a frog a lot. Yeah, knitting expect slip stitches. And with knitting, the more experience you get, the more you learn how to prevent them. And Chris says start pestering your significant other for a she shed before you even start. Get a head start. Oh, Frank, I need a she shed. I don't know. He's not saying nothing. Trisha says I would tell them to be patient and keep doing it. Practice makes perfect. Yes. And Angela says, watch Connie's channel. Oh, thank you. Caitlin says, learn to read patterns and take your time. And really, I agree with her. I recommend that you learn to read patterns because you can do so much more and make more projects if you can learn to read the patterns. And it really isn't hard. And my advice is to find video tutorials that have written patterns that goes with it. And while you're doing the video tutorial, look at that written pattern, and you'll learn how it flows and how everything works in a written pattern. And always read the notes in written patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Deb says, be comfortable with the yarn and hook. Don't get discouraged. Just keep practicing. Exactly. Oh, you want to repeat the question, Krystal?
What's a tip you would give to someone new to crochet or knitting? Was the question. Or she might be meaning what was about the mysteries and stuff. Remember when she said, what's a what? So that might be pertaining to it, but I don't know.
Let us know if we answer your question, Lauralee. And Ellie says, some of my circular needles want to do their own thing, but I guess with the weight of the project, they stop being curly. And really, I have issues with, like, they want to curl sometimes whenever you're working. I think the more stitches you have too, it prevents the curling. But I don't know, mine curls on me. I just try to keep like repositioning it where it don't curl. Let's see. Zach says, "Oh, Connie, you asked what I was working on. I'm working on a diamond painting. Awesome." And that's one thing I was kind of thinking about. Um, well, I know I'm going to be doing the fairy giveaway, but I have been thinking about the next giveaway I do. Other than that, doing something kind of like a diamond painting for me, a diamond painting for you, kind of like how Priscilla and Jeannie did their giveaways, where I would try to get content creators involved in doing a video. I don't know. It's like I really want to do a giveaway where I could get content creators involved, but I don't know. I really want something that kind of like hasn't been done, but I haven't been able to think of anything. So I don't know. Maybe y'all have some ideas or something I could do. Y'all can let me know if y'all do. Laura Lee says, I am having fun making some swatches out of the dictionaries, learning lots of new patterns. Oh, awesome. And I wonder how many stitches there are in crochet. Anybody knows? Chris says, honestly, what helped me was YouTube. Try to find one for the different ways to hold your hook and use which one is comfortable to you. Do basic stitches video, then jump into a tutorial. Laura Lee says, I want to try diamond painting, but I'll probably get addicted. Painting by numbers sounds fun. They have beautiful ones. And really, diamond painting is fun. And even if you haven't done it, I think y'all would enjoy it. I really do. Have you done diamond painting yet, Krystal?
No, I was trying to talk to my grandmother. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. She's having problems with her TV.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. But yeah, with diamond painting, I had actually learned how to diamond paint before I started knitting. One of my friends had gotten me into it, and I loved it. Laura Lee says, not as many stitches as there are patterns. Oh yeah, there's so many patterns, and I probably have more patterns bookmarked than what I will ever make in my lifetime. And I'm sure I'll keep adding new patterns to it too. So I'm going to go ahead and ask the next question while Krystal's away, and when she comes back, I'll repeat it for her to answer. Let's see. Okay. What are your favorite websites to go to for patterns? Which, of course, I know most people are going to say Ravelry. And I'm curious if anyone knows of any other websites that are basically like Ravelry when it comes to patterns. I know there's, I think, All Free Knitting. Okay, Crystal. The question I just asked was, "What's your favorite websites for patterns?" And I was starting to answer.
Um, go ahead and finish your answer. My hair
Okay.
is.
So
Anyway, go ahead.
I was saying Ravelry, of course, and then All Free Knitting is another one. But I'm curious, like, if there's other, websites kind of like Ravelry. But a couple others that I like is, I wrote it down. Hold up. Okay, the Cool Creativity is another one that I really like. A lot of their patterns. They have a lot of pretty shawls, and the Crafter's Life, where she does a lot of cute holiday scarves and projects, and I've done quite a few of her patterns. But that's my answer. How about you, Crystal?
When I want something different, I'll search until I find one that I like. So I don't really have a go-to place that I get patterns.
Yeah, I kind of do the search thing too. I'll be like, Christmas beanies or Christmas hat pattern. Let's see. Ellie says, I have a book in my cart for the 200 crochet stitches. We'll probably purchase it this weekend. Oh, awesome. And Annette says, all free crochet. And I think that's the one. That's the one I was mentioning. I think it was all free crochet. And Trisha says Lion Brand. Yeah, a lot of the yarn companies have patterns. Laura Lee says all free crochet, yarn inspirations, any of the yarn companies. Trisha says your inspirations. Bree says, doesn't Pinterest have patterns? I'll look on there for ideas. They do have patterns. Now, like, you got to be careful with Pinterest, like, especially if you're looking for free patterns, where I find they tend to bring up a lot of the ones you have to pay for a lot. So, yeah, if I could find patterns for free, I tend to like doing the free ones. Now, if it's a pattern that I come across that I really, really like and want, I usually will eventually pay for to get the pattern. But like, there's a shawl, that sunflower shawl one. That's one I really would like, and eventually, when I'm ready to make it, I'll purchase it. And I want to do it my first craft in next year. And Chris says right here on YouTube is my favorite because get a better idea of the finished project over just pictures. And let's see. Deb says Premiere has some free ones along with more inspirations, Knit Grit, Hobium, and Hobie. I never heard of Knit Grit. I'm gonna have to check that one out. See, this is another thing that I like with some of these questions because you may find out about a site you didn't know about or a channel you didn't know about. And Deb says they have knit ones also. Awesome. And Laura Lee says, I love those books if you want to design anything. I use them for a lot of blankets. Awesome. Laura Lee says she can't figure Pinterest out. It frustrates her. You basically have to click on like the picture, but sometimes it's funny where you click on. I know a lot of people really love Pinterest. I tend to use it more to look things up. I don't really do all like, how some people do all the boards for Pinterest. I don't do all that. I use it more as a search engine. Okay. So, so it's littleness or knits, I
She
guess.
means little bits.
They have a Facebook group also, a Facebook page. Awesome, awesome. So let's see. You want to ask the next question, Krystal?
What crochet or knitting project are you most proud of?
So which one is yours, Krystal?
My dragons.
What
But
about Kitty?
it might be him, might be Pinky. First one, I amigurumi, that was an animal that I designed. I did do the cat toy, but that's different. That's not a stuffed animal.
Mine would be the heart shawl that I knitted. It's a Morley bird pattern, and she has a video tutorial. And also my ocean blanket that I'm doing. I think it's kind of tied with my heart shawl because this blanket has been a lot of work, and these little sea animals, they have been something else. It's like there's so many pieces to these sea animals, especially like the ones I purchased from Etsy. Now, now there's some that I'm going to be doing off of a YouTube channel that I don't know how those are going to be. I'm hoping they're easier. And let's see. Laura Lisa said, since you everywhere, you can't find the originator of the pattern. Yeah, sometimes it will send you in circles on Pinterest. Even Ellie says it can be tricky sometimes. And Deb says baby sets I did for my grandson. Awesome. And Trisha says my papillion shawl. I'm probably saying that wrong. Oh, you made a Miss Piggy, Lorley. That sounds awesome. That had to be cute. I know I want to make a piglet hat. There's a pattern on Etsy that I'm eyeing that I really want. And Bree says, king size bedspread I made for one of my daughters. Awesome. Angela says, knitted baby blanket and hat and baby slippers. Nice. Chris says, yes, Pinterest irks me. I usually put Pinterest after my Google searches to exclude results from there. Yeah, like Instagram irks me because like I don't understand why with Instagram you can only post like from a phone or like your Kindle Fire, and I want to be able to post on Instagram from my desktop. And I mean, unless there's a way to do it that I don't know about, but I don't find Instagram very user friendly. And Annette says the rose blanket I made for my mom. Oh, nice. That sounds like it would be beautiful. Laura Lee says, I saw how many pieces your sea creatures, or decided to design my own or make sub boats for my beach blanket. Yes, I didn't expect them to be that many pieces like that. But I fell in love. I saw the patterns on Etsy and I fell in love with them. And I was like, oh, I want this for my blanket. So let's see. I guess I'll ask the next question if I can see. How did you learn to crochet or knit? For me, knitting, I did expression fibers tutorial, Shondi. I learned from her. For crochet I had a harder time learning. I actually tried it a few years before I learned how to knit. Did not get very far with it at all. I was so confused. Then last September, I decided to give it a try again, and I did the tutorial, like the lessons on Craftsy from Selena Baca, and she's thorough. She's really, really thorough. And like I said, I've been knitting for 2 years, and crochet, it'll be a year in September. And how about you, Krystal?
Mostly I learned crochet from my grandmother and then YouTube. Um, the first person that I saw for a tutorial was Baggerday, and the first thing I had made, it was a baby bib, and because my sister was having her third kid, which was her first son, and so I wanted to make her a couple that were that she would use, like the little baby blanket, a baby bib, some booties, and a hat and stuff like that. So I started out with the bib. Actually, no, I take that back. I started out with the blanket and then tried the bib after putting the blanket down in the middle of it. So, and then also my grandmother taught me how to knit. So.
Stephanie's here. Hi, Stephanie. How are you tonight? She says she came.
Today was her birthday.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Because we came out to my parents' house to fish and spend some much needed family time. We'll have your ladies running for a bit. Well, I'm glad you popped in. Okay, where did I leave off? Okay, Laura Lee says, I think of circle, square, rectangle, triangles, then adapt them to make my designs. Oh, neat. Angela says, my my friend by crochet and you by knitting. Okay, so a friend taught you crochet and you learned how to knit from me. Yeah, and I saw you're doing color work now. I'm like, awesome, awesome. Trisha says, my mother taught me to knit and her girlfriend taught me to crochet. I was 8 years old. My mom knew I was creative from an early age. Smart mom. And Chris is telling Stephanie happy birthday. Oh, and your mom's birthday is tomorrow, so it's 2 for 1. Oh, nice.
Happy birthday to your mom.
Yeah, happy birthday to her. Oh, you look forward to the next one you can catch. Oh, awesome. I'm trying to think of anything else I have to tell y'all. It's just about that time to wrap up. um, do you have anything you'd like to say before we call it a night?
No, I don't think I do. Well, actually, let me take that back. Yes. Friday night, I will be live, and it will be my birthday live. So come join me on my channel at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 4:30 Pacific Time and 7:30 Eastern Time.
Okay. Chris is saying knitting from a book had the death grip tension. Gave up trying knitting. Learned crochet from YouTube. Jody says, I learned to crochet from YouTube. I learned some knitting from my mother. She crocheted too, but I wasn't interested. I have been crocheting only for about 2 years. But yeah, basically, like for me, tomorrow I'll be doing my shout out Thursday video. So I hope y'all check out the content creators that I mentioned tomorrow and show them y'all support. Then Friday's my knitting video. Saturday I'll be going live at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Daniel with Paw Fly Guy will be my guest star. And I think that's pretty much everything. And I'm gonna look more into the reading book thing. So I may start doing some type of reading video for my channel. So I guess that's it. So I hope everyone has a fabulous Yarny day, or, well, evening really. And tomorrow you'll have a fabulous Yarny day too. Be the light and bye.